Hi, so this is the video of the pyramid of Amunemhet I. Now he was the first king of the 12th dynasty, and the 12th dynasty is the second dynasty in the Middle Kingdom. The Middle Kingdom only has two dynasties, the 11th dynasty and the 12th dynasty. I'll talk about the reign of Amunemhet I in another video, simply because there's so much information. He was quite a radical king, and I'll leave that for that. So where did he build it? Well, he built it in modern day Lisht, which is about halfway between sort of Luxor and Cairo. Originally the pyramid was 55 meters tall. Only 20 meters of it remains today. Where did the other 30 meters go? Well, in the modern 20th century, William Matthews Flanders Petrie visited the site, and he found that it was being quarried away for local use to build modern villages by the local Egyptians, and they were taking away 40 camels worth of stone a day by the time he got there. So that's where the 30 meters went. The idea was to build a descending passageway. It's a vertical shaft which goes down into a burial chamber, so it's in the subterranean, so it's not on the level of the floor, it's below ground. And then on top they built a solid structure around that descending passageway. The descending passageway was lined with blocks of stone which came from Khufu's mortuary temple. So they reused blocks at Giza and other sites for this project. You have to remember that the great quarries of granite and the techniques of cutting stone have not been around for very long, because you had that first intermediate period. You lost all those skilled craftsmen, so he's making do with what's available. The stones in the core are very small, and they've included some mud bricks, so when they were building that solid core pyramid, they didn't worry about the internal workings of it. On the outside was white Tura limestone. Okay. Interestingly, if you look at the complex, there are lots of mastaba burials, tomb burials of close relatives and queens. So that's what's happening there. So he's brought back the old kingdom idea that your close relatives are buried close to your pyramid. And then he's got an outer enclosure which leads into the mortuary temple. So the mortuary temple is there to, the mortuary cult that works there is there to feed the king's spirit. So the idea is that he leaves his tomb at night, journeys to the stars to visit the gods, and comes back to his pyramid before daytime, rests inside his burial chamber, and then comes up through the solid structure of the pyramid, through the false door which is in the face of the pyramid, and into the mortuary temple to collect his bread and beer and meat and duck and fowl and all that sort of thing, to rejuvenate his spirit again for that nighttime journey. So that's what the mortuary temple's for. And we don't know if pilgrims would have visited the site. There's no evidence of a serdab, and again 40 camels loads of stone. The mortuary temple's disappeared, and the causeway, only the ground plan of the causeway is left. So all the pictures that would have been inside the causeway, that's all been lost. Only a few have survived. And if you look down there, you'll see that's where the Valley Temple is. It's now under a modern day cemetery. He built his pyramid very close to the Nile. Now, unfortunately, Lots happened since then. So 4,000 years later, what's happened? First of all, the Brits built a dam to stop the inundation, so they could control it. Then the modern dam of Aswan was built. That meant that the water table has risen, and unfortunately the burial chamber is flooded. So, and it's in a restricted area, so you're not going to get permission to go and visit this pyramid. But that's why I'm not asking for a donation to view this, and it's probably unlikely that I will go to Lisht again. I've sort of outstayed my welcome with special permissions over 35 years, so it's highly unlikely that I will make a tour video of this pyramid. But it was one that I thought you should see, and it's built out of stone, so remember that, it's quite important. Please subscribe. It's free to subscribe, it just ups the ratings, and if I hit that 100, then they give this site a domain name. So thank you very much for listening. I hope it's been informative, and I'll see you real soon. Bye for now.